Could you tell me where the nuclear vessels are?
Ooh, I don't know if I know the answer to that. I think it's across the bay, in Alameda.
In Under the Skin, Scarlett Johansson's character drives around trying to pick up men. The men weren't actors. They were real people filmed with hidden cameras. They only found out later that they were part of a movie.
What's your name?
Andy.
Andy, hi.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
In The Italian Job, the famous Turin traffic jam wasn't staged with extras. It was real. The crew caused chaos by blocking off the city's main exits at lunchtime, using their own canteen, camera, and lighting vans. The angry Italians seen in the wide shots weren't acting. They were genuinely stuck in traffic, unknowingly becoming part of the film. In Fargo, William H. Macy was doodling during a break, unaware the cameras were rolling. The Coen brothers loved the moment and decided to use it in the film. In Basic Instinct, Michael Douglas and Jean Tripplehorn were rehearsing their sex scene, unaware they were being filmed. The director liked the footage so much that he included it in the movie. Christopher Walken's trick shot in Pool Hall Junkies was accidentally filmed. As he was being taught how to perform it, he tried for the first time as practice and sunk the shot.
I guess even a blind squirrel can find a nut every once in a while.
In Twilight, Robert Pattinson admitted he didn't realize the cameras were rolling during Bella and Edward's first biology class scene. Kristen Stewart sits next to Edward, who appears awkward and sleepy, a moment that unintentionally added to the tension of their first meeting. In Traffic, director Steven Soderbergh took Michael Douglas to the real US-Mexico border to meet customs official Rudy Camacho. Without telling Douglas, Soderbergh secretly filmed their conversation with a handheld camera. This gave the scene its raw, unpolished look, with rough lighting and audio. Luckily, Camacho didn't call Douglas by his real name, so the footage made it into the movie. In Avengers Endgame, Jeremy Renner hadn't seen the script for Infinity War when he shot the opening scene and had no idea what was happening. As a result, Clint's reaction to his family disappearing due to the snap was completely genuine.
I turned around and it was gone, right? But I didn't know anything. I really didn't. I hadn't seen really a whole lot of the movies.
In Birdman, the Times Square scene was filmed with real people who had no idea Michael Keaton was shooting a movie. Their reactions to him walking around in his underwear were completely genuine. Not exactly actors not knowing they were filmed, but Ridley Scott used similar surprise tactics in Prometheus. In the scene where the crew finds a dead scientist, the actors didn't know the dummy would move or that an alien would shoot out of its mouth. Their real reactions made the scene more intense. In Star Trek: The Voyage Home, a scene involved stopping random people to ask for directions to the naval base in Alameda. A real police officer, unaware the cameras were rolling, was asked for directions but didn't respond.
Can you direct me to the naval base in Alameda?
Layla Saracalo, who wasn't an actor, ended up in the film after finding her car blocked by the crew. Instead of complaining, she asked for a walk-on role.
Ooh, I don't know if I know the answer to that. I think it's across the bay, in Alameda.
They even inducted her into the Actors Guild to keep the scene in the movie.
God damn, boy, you're about as big as a mountain. Looked like you might have played some football.
In One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, director Milos Forman prioritized authenticity by filming at Oregon State Hospital and assigning cast members to shadow real patients. Some actors even slept on the wards to deepen their immersion.
These poor son of a bitches, they don't even know what we're talking about.
To capture genuine performances, Forman held character workshops during production and secretly filmed the actors as they moved in and out of character. Some of this footage made it into the final cut. In Les Miserables, the cast was told to build a barricade in 10 minutes but didn't know the cameras were already rolling. The final structure, created in a rush, turned out to be surprisingly realistic and only needed a bit of drilling to hold together for the film. In The Long Goodbye, baseball player Jim Bouton played Terry Lennox after Stacy Keach fell ill. Director Robert Altman told Bouton to ignore the script and just chat with Elliot Gould. Bouton didn't realize the cameras were rolling, and Altman used their improvised conversation to create a natural and seamless scene.
You really think I believe you got 4 7s?
Probably think I don't have any.
Yeah. How many you got?
None.
In Aliens, Bill Paxton knew about the knife stunt being part of the movie, but didn't know he would be directly involved. Lance Henriksen suggested to director James Cameron that Paxton's hand be included to raise the tension.
Hey, not me, man!
Yeah, you.
Hey, come on, quit messing around!
Don't move.
Come on!
Trust me.
To keep Paxton's reaction genuine, the crew didn't tell him about the change until filming, resulting in his authentic look of horror in the scene.
I love you 3,000.
In Avengers Endgame, the cast wasn't told they were filming Tony Stark's funeral. The scene was given the codename The Wedding. It was only when everyone was gathered, noticed that everyone else was dressed in black, and Robert Downey Jr. wasn't on set, that they realized they were filming Tony's funeral. In What We Do in the Shadows, Stu Rutherford, an IT technician, thought he had a small role so he'd act naturally. He didn't know his character was important until he watched the movie at the premiere.
We can look at her photos.
Oh, yes.
Or we could poke her.
Yes.
You're invading my dance space. This is my dance space, that's yours.
In Dirty Dancing, the playful scene where Baby and Johnny lip-sync to Love is Strange wasn't in the script. It started as a warm-up exercise for Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze, but directors secretly began filming. Both the actors stayed in character, creating one of the film's most iconic moments purely by chance. In Blazing Saddles, during the scene where the cast runs out of the Warner Brothers backlot, a man in a blue sweater is seen looking confused. According to Mel Brooks, the man wasn't supposed to be there and had been asked to move, but he returned just as the chaos unfolded. Brooks thought his bewildered reaction made the scene even funnier, and had an assistant get the man to sign a release so they could include him in the film. In Up in the Air, the scenes of people discussing being laid off were real interviews with individuals who didn't know they were part of a fictional movie. They were told it was for a documentary and spoke to the camera as if addressing the boss who fired them. This added powerful realism and emotion, especially following the 2008 recession.
Why me?
What am I supposed to do now?
Am I supposed to feel better that I'm not the only one losing my job?
This is ridiculous.
In Monsters, a photojournalist escorts his employer's daughter through a quarantined zone infested with aliens. Directed by Gareth Edwards, the film was made with a tiny crew of 6, including the 2 actors, and was shot on the road in Central America. Locals featured in the film weren't told they were in a movie, and the entire production was done without permits on a shoestring budget.
Do I see the playback on that?
We don't have playback. We don't have any video equipment at all here.
In Windy City Heat, Perry Caravello thought he was acting in a movie called Windy City Heat about a sports private eye. But the movie was fake, and the real film was a prank, capturing his real reactions to strange situations.
I'm like a young Marlon Brando. Trapped like a rat now, huh? Now let's see who the bad guy really is.
The prank was set up by Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla, with real celebrity cameos to make it feel real.